Welcome to the Rashawn Franklin Show. Episode, I don't know. I think we probably like 20 episodes deep at this point. Paul's like, yeah. Anyway, what's good, y'all? Thanks for tuning in again. We got my guys back to talk about a lot, actually. A lot has happened over the last week. We'll go around the room. Josh, Bray, live from Louisville. What's good, man?
Man, just living good, eating good, that good Easter dinner, that type of stuff, loving life.
What wife you make?
It was a couple of people that brought some stuff, but the mac and cheese, the green beans, little ham, chicken, same stuff.
Yeah. Live from Fresno. Can I give your location? Fresno, California. I don't know. Live from Fresno, Cali. My name Big Keith. What's good?
What's poppin', man?
Everything good, your way, big dog?
Day at a time, man. Day at a time. Playing caregiver over here, so
Shout out to Deja.
it's different.
Once again. And live from Brazil.
Why you do me like that, son?
Live from Brazil, man.
Why you do me like that? He's a wild dude. He's a wild guy.
It's wild, though. It's wild for you to send it, but it's
even wilder than you
Nah,
think,
man,
bro.
I'm trying to put y'all on game, man.
Don't let me go in the closet and get my wife sandals that she got, the croc joints, the platform.
Dog.
It's a good conversation piece for y'all, too.
It's 5 inches thick.
Dog.
Look at these motherfuckers, dog.
They legit, though. They're orthopedics.
Damn.
They're orthopedics. What do you want me to do?
Hey, man. Don't ever send me your nubs in mail. Never. Please. I know I've known you for, I don't know, what, 20, going on 20 years? Gee. Don't send me your nubs.
I'm trying to put y'all on game, man. The orthopedic slides is where it's at.
Your feet didn't have to be in them, though. You should have took a picture of them.
You could have held
What's
them
to
up.
give you an idea of the dimensions?
Profile. Look, hey, look how quick you go.
What the dimensions, man?
Nah, you were just happy that you was the height got increased.
Nah,
That's all it was. He was
it's about the pain free. It's about not having no pain.
I'm over here stuck now.
Nah, man. It do make me taller though, but nigga, no pain in the joints, no pain in the feet. Them shit's worth it.
Boy, I had a double take to my phone, boy. I said, what the I know this ain't what I think it is, but
the orthopedic slides, bro.
Man, that's crazy. Live from Brazil, though. How's it going?
Not too bad, man. Got my
knees stop hurting.
Yeah, knees not hurting. Joints is good. Chilling, man. Staying alive.
That's what's up. Yeah, well, we got a lot to talk to y'all about today. Man, a lot of shit has happened. The Bulls fired their entire front office today. Angel Reese got traded. A lot of Chicago news. We got to, go to the NFL, talk about Dexter Lawrence's trade request. The NCAA championship game is tonight, and I'm pretty sure Michigan's going to win this tonight. So, we'll talk a little bit about that. Luka's going to Europe. The MVP straw poll. We got a lot to talk about. So first thing we'll talk about is the Bulls. Man, it's a long time coming for them to fire their front office. AK and Mark Eversley got ousted this morning. What were you guys' first reactions to that news? And then I'll go, because obviously this is my team, so I have some strong opinions. But I would like to hear what y'all think. We've got a lottery pick, a potential another first round pick, depending on how Portland's play-in performance goes, and a lot of salary cap space this summer. So they say it's an attractive job. I would like to see what you guys think in terms of our assets, Josh Giddey, Buzelis, and that's pretty much it on the roster. Go ahead.
Y'all made a lot of questionable moves over the last few years. I don't see Giddey as an asset to a certain extent. You can always go find a guard somewhere in the league.
Okay, I get it. His past, but he does some good stuff. Can't defend.
I'm not trying to say he's a scrub. I didn't say he was a scrub. Like, if the new regime comes in and says we want to get rid of everyone and start all over, I wouldn't hesitate to get rid of Josh Giddey. Like,
yeah,
he's not one of those type of players to where he's untouchable.
For sure.
I could find another guard. Sorry.
I'll say this. He is 6'8". He hits the glass. he dimes his ass off, and he's getting better from 3. So in terms of what you want from your guard play, that's kind of a lot
Yeah.
that he does give. So I'll say that. But I do respect if somebody decided to come in and say, "Hey, let's tear this down." How could I be opposed to that? We've been terrible since the 2000s.
It's already torn down. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
really, if we're being honest, I'm not trying to be an ass, but it's already like a wreck. I mean, what Keith said is right. For the past 3 or 4 years, I mean, the team's kind of been letting players go this way, that way. I mean, I feel like the best years was when you had Zach LaVine and your boy
DeMar.
in the
DeRozan.
bar. Yeah, yeah. That was, I mean, that's the time really y'all was kind of like relevant. But I mean, looking at this list here, I mean, Josh Giddey, yes, he may be the best asset on the team, but it's still not a great asset. I mean, I don't know if he could be your third best player on a team to win a championship even. I mean, that's even questionable. So, I mean, it's time just to rebuild, and with the front office is a very good start.
Has the trade deadline?
Yeah, man, it's the
Yeah.
playoffs.
I
Yeah,
was just, I got a lot of expiring contracts, so I didn't know if y'all
that's
had some access for those or not.
no, that's the positive that they have going. I think they waited too long to blow this thing up. Like
For sure.
they should have cashed in on Levine and DeRozan when they had more value, and then redid this thing. To me, the cap space, there's not that many great superstars, and if you are a superstar, why would you really choose Chicago? Because like Bray said, it's pretty much torn down to the studs at this point. I don't think Josh Giddey is a building piece. Like, ideally, he would just be like, I mean, I guess he'd be in your top 8 in your rotation, but he wouldn't be one of your best 3 players
He's cheap
if
though.
your goal is to win a championship.
I don't think that that's true. I think that y'all got Josh Giddey up, but okay, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. He hasn't shown it, but he does get stats.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have the ball in his hand on a terrible team. So I mean, he's talented. Nobody's saying he's a scrub. I think we just are in agreement that he's not like a core piece that you would like want to start building your team around. I get it. He's 6'8". He could put on the floor and pass a little bit, hits the glass. Like, yeah, he's not a bum, but ideally he would not be one of your best 3 players if you're trying to win a championship. Well, it could, to me, y'all could rebuild. Y'all would be like a place where people like dump bad contracts. Like, so, because you guys got cap space. So I take on bad contracts and you give me draft picks in order to take on those bad contracts. And I
Like
just
what Utah
continue
did
taking.
for a few years.
Yeah, but that's kind of what we were for a little bit before LeBron came and saved us. But that will kind of be the playbook I think that they should take. So it could be an attractive job. You know, it's a iconic franchise. Not a lot nothing really on the roster. Just this kid is not bad though.
That's your best player.
Yeah,
That would be your building piece.
that's what I wanted to ask y'all about
Yeah.
Buzelis. How do y'all
So
feel about him as a building piece? Especially, we have a lottery pick. We're gonna get it looks like a top 10 lottery pick in a great draft. Finally, getting somebody that I would consider the franchise player out of this draft, hopefully, and pairing them with him, I think that you have the start of something. Hey, even though I'm not a huge fan of Buzelis, I think he's okay. I'm much more high on Josh Giddey for a lot of different reasons.
It's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, I don't see. I think if he was going to be what they thought he was going to be, he would have shown it by now. I don't think that it's going to materialize. I could be wrong, and I'm
How
hoping
old
I'm
is
wrong.
that kid? Like 2021?
20, 21. But even, in this day and age in the NBA, if you're gonna be a player, it shows early, especially on a team like this. We're terrible and have been for 3
Yeah.
years. So, I would have liked for him to take hold of this a little bit more. Let me see what he's doing in terms of stats right now. Okay, it's 18 a game, 5 and 2. Like, I would rather that be a little bit
More boards.
more. Yeah, especially I would like him to hit the glass more. I like him to dime more. The 37% from 3 is good.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
He's a good
it's not
player. I
bad.
mean, he may not be Josh Giddey, maybe not your best player, but Josh Giddey also has been in the league a lot longer. So
Yeah.
the experience is there. And I haven't looked too in depth into the draft. I don't know if there's really some superstars there that even the Bulls have a chance to come grab. I mean, that's kind of what you need to lift up a franchise. You need a superstar or someone that gets drafted that can become that superstar.
Mhm.
That's going to be tough for the Bulls to do unless you get someone to actually come there. But
Yeah. In
draft
this
one,
draft,
no, I was just saying it's tough to draft somebody and develop them into a superstar type player. It happens, but it's just very tough to do. And like I said, I haven't looked that in depth into this draft to see if there's one of those in there.
There's some stars lurking.
yes, some stars in there. I'm not sure if any of them are superstars, but I think that there is star level guys in there. But if you luck up and get into top 3, come away with somebody that can really help your franchise. And we'll talk about Cameron Boozer a little bit later, and his prospects after winning National Player of the Year. But yeah, so there's no way that the Bulls use this $65 million in cap space, free up a little bit more, and get trade for someone of substance. That doesn't happen.
It wouldn't be my play because you don't have the rest of the roster in place to like I bring in a star and now we're competing. So like you would bring in a star and like if you acquired a guy like Giannis, he's basically just upgrading
Right.
cities and is in the same situation where he's by himself with not enough help to compete.
The cupboard's still
S-
bare.
So I would go on the let me use this cap space to get more draft picks, and then once I have a better foundation, now I try to go get my superstar, whether that's free agency or trade, because now I'd have more assets to trade, and then I'm accumulating lottery picks and hoping one of these guys pans out and turns into something. Maybe the young big fella turns into something. I would go that route instead of trying to, because there's not that many people in free agency this summer that would really like move the needle in terms of rebuilding a franchise. There's some good like roster pieces and depth pieces that you could sign, but then you'd have to overpay because they're going to this terrible situation.
Yeah. I think with going back to AK and Mark Eversley, I think the Jaden Ivey thing was a nail in their coffin. Just trading him, trading away Io and not getting much back, and who's having a hell of a year with Minnesota, drafting that French kid who hasn't seen the floor. Just all
Patrick
around
Williams,
giving Patrick Williams $90 million. Boy, y'all have to go get out of Chicago. Don't ever come back.
Damn.
We never want to see you in the city limits again. Just go. So that's fine. The smoke has been, and the rumors have been, we're going to the Golden State tree. We're going to talk to their
mm,
OGM, whose names escapes me right now. Oh my God.
Is it Myers?
Yeah.
the guy that's on TV, yeah, the guy that's on
Right.
TV, right?
Bob Myers. There was a rumor that Steve Kerr was going to retire after this year, and they would try to get him back into the
Just
franchise as
basketball ops.
just basketball ops. I would love that. Just somebody, a fresh eyes on this, someone with the runway to kind of like build this right and actually give us some type of team to compete on the floor on a night in a night basis. We haven't been good in forever, and so here's hoping. So. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the WNBA and their increase in salaries. Huge jumps here.
You
Jesus,
Yeah.
it's like
Huge
4 or 5
jumps.
X's.
Yes. Yes. From what I've read, it has to do with it has to do with number 22. That's why this is happening, basically. Jersey sales, increased interest, new TV deals, billion-dollar TV deals. They have just been able to inject a lot of capital into this product, and now you're seeing it with the increases in salaries. Any um, reaction to these increases?
I
How
don't
is
like
it?
making business moves based off projections because they may not materialize. Um, However, the WNBA has a lot of superstar potential coming down the pipeline. They got
Yeah,
Juju.
yeah,
They they have a lot of athletes in college right now that can also hold up the WNBA in a few years. So uh, yeah, like there's the possibilities there, but it's like I said, I just don't like making these type of decisions based off projections, and I would like to
Well, I
already
don't.
have profit or money in the bank before we start spreading money around like this.
Well, I think, these TV deals don't come out of nowhere. I would say that they've crunched the numbers and people are tuning in and watching, and the jersey sales and the tickets, like, I went to go look at a Sky Fever game before Angel Reese was traded. The tickets were, like, astronomical, you couldn't find a seat in the house. So,
Hmm,
I guess we're living in just 2 different worlds where they're women are paying attention to this. And so
okay.
we're not as much, but they are, and they're buying. And if you're gonna get in tap into any if you wanna sell product to anybody, you wanna sell it to women because they
Yeah,
gonna
of
buy that.
course.
So,
And men go back for him, yeah.
yes,
Well, I'll also say one more thing though. It's one of those things to where if they're able to get these type of salary increases, were they suppressing their salaries? Like, do you question that? Like
Hmm.
5x?
That was my question is if the league is operating at a
Which one
loss,
is it? Yeah.
where I mean, I guess you said like the TV deals, where's it coming from?
I question where
Purely the
is it
TV
coming
deals?
from, or they already had the bread and they were just keeping their salaries low.
Well, they're subsidized by the NBA, so like they don't turn a profit as a league. So like the NBA subsidizes them. So now you're gonna increase your operating costs by 4 to 5 just off of the salaries alone.
this is how, from what I've understood, why they're making way more money now. Multi-billion dollar media deals, that's number 1. Number 2, expansion teams paying $100 million in fees to join. And number 3, record attendance, ratings growth, um, and jersey sales. They have a superstar in Caitlin Clark who has gotten white middle America women interested in the WNBA, period. Like, that will do a lot for your bottom line. So, yeah, that's and now with the new deal, the players get a 20% revenue share of that. And I think Caitlin
Great
Clark
deal.
should get it is a great deal. 1/5 is a great deal. She should get 1/5 of that 1/5, in my opinion. She has her and Angel Reese are kinda like a not in terms of talent,
The
but
Larry Magic.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like, legitimately.
for their league, yes,
Yeah.
that's a fair equivalent.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So,
So I
yeah.
guess this means that a lot of players now they still make more money overseas than this.
Damn, do they? I'm not sure.
And
Yeah,
and
like
not
like a,
not
a
only wish they do, like Em said, that is true. These are your top players though too. We have to remember that. This isn't like, yeah, the 12 woman roster that they have. There's a lot of girls. I think I did see it. The Weston minimum 300K, I think I saw. I
Something
don't
like
know. It
that.
was something like that, I thought,
Yeah,
but
something like
which ain't bad at all, obviously. But I would be interested to see what the rest of the roster looks like, for their pay versus, like, individuals, because obviously this is listing, like, the top girls, in the league.
yeah, I want to say like when Diana Taurasi was nice and playing a rush, I think she was getting like close to 1 million.
okay.
So like they still pay more over. I mean, if you're looking at these numbers, so like her equivalent, which would be like Caitlin Clark, will probably fetch over $1 million in Europe.
Yeah. So, and it helps that, some of these women are very nice to look at. Angel Reese, Cameron Brake, um, Juju. They got some hotties in there now. Come on. So and they can hoop. So it's
Other
like,
freshman from USC is nice too.
yeah. So that does not hurt. So yeah, shout out to them. 5X in a
Yeah.
salary. They deserve it. And shout out to Caitlin Clark. Some more Chicago news. I don't know what the was going on with the city today, but we have traded Angel Reese to Atlanta for 2 future first round picks. My initial reaction to this was that I have heard that the Sky are a very poorly run franchise to the point where when she had her introductory press conference, they basically set up a patio table and folding chairs. It's amateur hour with them. And so I'm sure because of her star power, her representation has been pushing to get traded out of Chicago to a better, not necessarily a better market, but a better franchise
Good
and
organization. Yeah.
a better organization. And Atlanta is still a pretty good market, especially for a black woman. And so, this is a good move for her. She was excited. I want all the best for Angel Reese. And so, yeah, so now as the Sky, we're back to the drawing board. You're losing all of that ticket revenue. You're losing a lot when you're losing her. So, yeah, even though she wasn't playing particularly well, and I'm not sure why that is. I think she's more talented than what she has shown, but it could be contributed to the circumstances. We don't know, but now she has a fresh start, and she goes from there. Any reaction?
I think that Chicago sold high.
Hmm.
They got 2 first round picks for her.
We did. Yep.
They sold high. And I think her mystique and her bravado supersede her talent.
That's fair.
I'm not saying she's a scrub. I said what I said. And I mean, man, you got a lot in return for her.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Even though they're a poorly ran franchise, great job.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next, but I got 2 first round picks for her.
True.
Yeah. But I don't know. In basketball, which is like a star driven sport, I don't know. I mean, I get it if she's not playing well, you can get a lot in return. But are you going to get with those 2 first round picks the same star power and draw?
No.
Probably not. No. I mean, she was a star just before she came even into the league. People painted her as that. I kind of agree with Keith, honestly. Once again, she's not a scrub by any means, but her presence online with social media and her own podcast, and I think she did a Victoria's Secret walk. Just those small factors helps with your. I mean, she did. It was on the internet. I mean,
Oh,
if you on TikTok or Instagram enough, stuff pops up. But yeah, her basketball skills, skill wise, I'm not the biggest fan of. Not once again, not a scrub, but can't shoot. Good rebounder. I mean, some
Great,
people,
yeah, good to great rebounder, yeah.
some people say great. A lot of those are off of her own missed layups.
That's true.
If y'all want to say great, cool. I'm not going to argue with that, but
get their own bricks,
a
though.
lot of them is a lot of missed layups. And
She's
we all
stats.
know if you play ball and you miss a 6-footer, you're the first person to know if you shot it too hard or which way it's gonna come off the rim. Like first. So you get the first jump. What is she? 6'1", 6'2"? So is she that tall? I'm not even sure. I'm sorry, Angel. But not in love with the game. Can't hit the elbow jumper. Can't hit 3. Great rebounder, I guess. Other than that, I'm not in love with you just based on hoops. So yeah, I agree. 2 first round picks is probably a pretty good deal.
Like what? Like Lady Dennis Rodman?
She ain't that,
Nah, I don't do defensive
she ain't
man.
that good of a rebounder. I ain't gonna go that far. And now not only that, it'd be different if she was like physical. She gets pushed around a little bit. She ain't even that physical. Not saying that, she got a little grit to her, but I would like to see more. That's all.
The brand eclipses the talent for sure. Make your brand though. I ain't hating. I just
100.
it's just what I see.
Yeah.
Just speaking about basketball, nothing about your money. Make your money. Make your money. No hate whatsoever.
Yeah, ain't knocking the buckets.
Absolutely not. Yeah, yeah. So shout out to Angel Reese. Good luck in Atlanta. I want to keep going. Talk about Cameron Boozer. He won the Naismith Player of the Year. This is back to back for Duke. Probably this year's Rookie of the Year.
Mhm.
Cooper Flag won it last year for Duke, and now Cameron Boozer this year. 0 national championships to speak of in that time. Shout out to the Dukies. And it had Zion. I mean, Kentucky did the same thing, but
Yeah, we had a run
still,
like that too.
yeah, we had a run like yes. So he's probably after AJ DeBansa and Darren Peterson, he's probably the third pick is looking like. I don't think he's in the same stratosphere as those guys in terms of talent. Or a couple other guys either. I don't think I would not take him third, but I think because of his dad, he's a Dookie, he's clean cut. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna probably go number 3, especially like Indiana or some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, next to Hallie and Siakam, maybe. What have you guys seen from Cameron Boozer's game? And do you think it translates to the NBA? I'll tell you the comp that I've heard before, not his dad, after you guys are done.
Okay.
You want to go first, Tim?
Yeah, I'll take it. The comp, I got to sit down and watch a couple more full games of him. He kind of reminded me of like a taller Jabari Parker.
No,
He's not that skilled.
he is not even close.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Unathletic.
Hold on, wait. No. Did you
What do you
watch him? You watched him?
Yeah. I watched his highlights. I watched his highlights.
Even watch the highlights. This is the first person I went to immediately after watching this guy.
Is Jabari?
I'm just like, no, I don't. He's nowhere near Jabari, in my opinion.
No, I'm talking about in terms of what the skill set. They're both undersized fours, unathletic, can put it on the floor a little bit of post game, a little bit of mid range. I was underwhelmed with his highlight package. Maybe when I watch him in a full game, he'll appear to be better than. But I mean, Jabari wasn't that good in the NBA either, so I don't think he's gonna be.
Well, hold on.
It was Jabari good? Did I miss that?
Jabari had more like springiness to him. It wasn't like a lot more. It wasn't night and day, but he had a little more like explosiveness than.
And Jabari's a scorer was like
he could hoop.
Yeah,
he's going in and dropping 25 in the league.
He just got injured.
Jabari Parker could do that. I'm not saying he could average it. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but he's pulling up from the elbow and he's knocking it down and he's doing a back pedal on you. Jabari Parker could do that.
No, Jabari Parker wasn't a scrub. I'm saying he's an undersized 4 that could put it on the floor a little bit, had a mid-range game, and wasn't athletic. Maybe he was more athletic than Boozer, but neither one of them are crazy athletes in terms of at the position.
I would agree with that statement. They're not bouncy where you're just like, damn, he went. I would agree with that statement. They're both not crazy.
Neither one had crazy handle. They got like enough.
wow.
Neither one had crazy range. They had a little bit of post up. I wasn't that high on Jabari when he was coming out of Duke either. But
yeah, I think you kind of like.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful. I have another Duke comparison.
He has some range on him.
Yeah.
When he was coming out, they both like mid-range.
Nah,
mid-range guys.
Go look at Jabari's Duke highlight. He was pulling from
Yeah, he's wet. He's low-key wet. Cameron Boozer.
But the coming out, when he was coming out, y'all were higher on. I never thought Jabari was going to be that good. He didn't end up being that good in the NBA.
No.
I kind of feel the same way about Boozer.
I never thought that this guy was going to be like a superstar, and he was cold. Cameron Boozer don't move like this. He's not pull up, bing in traffic.
It's the first step. He has a quicker first.
Yeah, he moved better.
It's the scoring ability that Jabari has that they're completely separate. Look at that. Cameron Boozer can't do this.
No.
Not crazy athletic. I would agree with that. But
yeah,
Cameron Boozer, he moves like a very stiff big man. He does. I'm sorry.
And one.
To me, stiff.
Oh, for sure.
I was also underwhelmed. He looked like a very, very good college player.
That does not going to translate.
It's not going to materialize. He might play a few years in the NBA, but I don't think he's like a superstar. And I think he's just another overhyped Duke player.
Is he better than his dad?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think
it's not even close, in my opinion.
No.
His dad was nice in the league. He was undersized Boozer was nice when he was in his prime.
A little undersized, maybe a little. What was Boozer? 6'7"?
6'8", 6'7", yeah.
6'8".
Cameron Boozer reminds me of Okafor.
Oh, okay.
That's another guy in
More
that wheelhouse there.
than
Wait, Jalil or Emeka? Because I like Emeka a little bit more than
Jalil
the
is what
one
I'm
that just
thinking.
came out from Chicago.
The one that can
Jalil.
score. Yeah, the one that can score.
So I'll speak for Chicago guys because I always have to. We're just more skilled. You know what I'm saying? He's not as skilled as those guys.
Yeah,
He's just
I
not.
agree.
He's just not.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the. From what I saw, I don't see a star in the NBA when I watch his highlights. But like I said, I got to watch a game, and maybe he's actually better. But like his skill set,
I see a team overdrafting him and regretting it.
Yes.
He's
I'm
a
sorry.
role player
sure.
at best.
I have no pleasure in saying that, but I 100% agree with Keith. I've actually
too.
I watched a couple of his games on top of the highlights. To say that he did nothing that impressed me. He's just
Me neither.
a great college kid. And that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But
If he didn't carry his dad's name and went to Duke, he wouldn't be in this spot.
I think he would still be a good college player, though. I mean, even if he didn't carry his dad's name, what he can do
yeah, he
on
could get off in
on the
college.
He wouldn't be
college
the
level,
Naismith Player of the Year.
I mean, he had numbers though. What do you average? Like 24,
no,
23, 24?
he might be one of the
Yeah.
better college players in the league. I mean, in college, you know. So I mean, I think it's well deserving. Is it possible he doesn't get it because if he didn't have the same last name? That's possible. But no handles, no jumper.
Not explosive.
Didn't really see him
No first
pass.
step.
He can rebound, but he can't score the ball unless he's under the bucket. That's the honest truth. Not really a big kid, not crazy athletic. He's missing all the tangibles that you need to go to the next level.
And be
So-
successful at the next level. He's going to go to the next
Right.
level and play.
Well, yeah, so go to that next level. There's a lot of players that go
Yeah,
to
he
the
gonna
next
play.
level, and then we don't hear about him anymore. And unfortunately, I think that might be him. I don't want that for the kid because he seems like a nice guy, even when he's in front of the camera. Like he's been well trained, but no, I don't think he's going to be a great player in the league. I'm sorry. I wish it was different for him. Like the kid, but NBA is a different level, and I just don't think he is what 19.
Freshman,
I
gotta
mean,
be around there.
he's a kid. Could he develop a couple of things? Could he? I don't think he'll ever be like a great shooter. I'm not saying that, but could he develop like a poor man's Zach Randolph?
I don't think he got it in him. I think he
Maybe.
could develop a shot before that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Zach was lefty and crafty.
He was crafty. I'm not saying he'll be crafty. Could he develop a post game like Zach, but a poor man's post game?
Yeah, I don't think nobody thinks he'll be as nice as Zach Randolph in his prime.
In an
not thinking of
NBA
that.
that doesn't predicate the post game, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, where do you play him at though? Is my question.
I know.
They're gonna play him at the 4. They got to.
So you gotta play him next to a spread 5, like a 5
Spread
that-
5.
Not only that, play him next to that type of 5. You're coming off the bench, like 8th man, 7th man.
Nah,
I'm not
it's usually a
drafting
lot of
you.
it.
I'm not drafting you number 1, number 2, number 3 overall, and you coming off the bench. That's not how that's going.
No, you don't take top 10 picks and put him on the bench. Not initially.
He's going to
Year
eventually be
one?
on the bench though, before
Year
he gets out the
one?
NBA. But
I don't think he
initially.
start.
Depends
Nah,
on where he goes.
It
He's
depends on where he
gonna go to
goes.
a bad team. He's
That
gonna.
is true.
I would assume he's
Depends
gonna
on where
start.
he goes. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I would say his college career kind of reminds me, not his play style, but his college career kind of reminds me of Marvin Bagley in terms of same Duke kid, dominated the college scene, got to the league, and just could not handle it in terms of being able to be effective. That's kind of what he reminds me of. The comp that people were saying, not me, but this is what I heard, guys.
Gosh.
This is what was comparing him to. Y'all ready for this?
Nope.
Joakim Noah or some shit.
Go ahead.
Kevin Love. That's what they
That's
were saying.
Huh.
Ain't no
They were
Hall.
saying.
I ain't giving him no all.
No, they both slow and undersized. But
Right.
Kevin Love had Jay. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
It's a big difference because Kevin Love's
today's
game was
NBA.
like wet. He was like a shooter.
Yeah, he was going to give you. He could give you 30 to 40, and then he's going to give you 10 to 20 boards.
rebounds.
Like I said, I have to watch a game, so all I saw was his offensive skill set. I don't know if he boards like anything
No,
near Kevin
bro.
Love.
No, he's not Kevin Love. Nah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't think he ever
offensive
will
skill
be.
set. Kevin Love had Jay in college too, so like
Kevin
Yeah.
Love was nice in college.
And then when he got in the league,
he was still nice.
he
He was
was
stupid.
hooping in the league. Yeah,
He would come give you
was
like
doing
40 and 20.
points and 20
Yeah,
rebounds.
he would give
Hey,
you, yeah,
what
he
we
would give
talking
you
about?
40, 20.
He's not gonna do that being slow and athletic in this league.
I think the best comparison is the one Keith gave Jaleel Okafor.
With the
He
little range,
reminds
because Okafor
he
didn't
re
have the range for real.
They both like 6'9". They both neither one got bounce. Neither one is athletic.
he
Jaleel
reminds
was back to
me
the
of
basket
his
though. You know
dad.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
He reminds me of his dad. If you think about how Carlos played, he's a smaller version of his dad.
No, the game was different. It's
Not as skilled. No, I agree. The game was definitely different. That's
no, I
why
mean
it's gonna be
his dad's game was different. He had like his mid range was money.
he was a better player. Yeah, I'm 100%. That's why it's going to be hard for this kid to actually do well in the league like his dad was able to back when he was playing in the 80s and 90s.
I think he can develop a mid-range game though. I think he's
His J
skilled
is
enough to do
his
that.
J is super ugly though.
Yeah. There's no elbows.
He's going to have to develop some type of mid-range shot if he wants to last in the league. He don't have a choice. You got to be able to shoot.
But who's he gonna score on? Like if you put a 6'10" athletic guy on him, he's gonna have a hard time.
Well, yeah, anybody would have a hard time against a 6'10" athletic 4. Who wouldn't have a hard time? I mean,
It's a different NBA too at this point. Completely different. So we'll see.
True.
I'm
That's true.
interested to see who takes him and how he plans out. More college news. UNC with incredible hire
I saw that.
in Mike Malone. I hate this for multiple reasons. One is because they made a better hire than us, than Kentucky. But two, he seems like he's going to be there for a while. Incredibly smart, cerebral guy, NBA champion. This is not like a Bill Belichick hire. This is way better. He's going to be able to recruit, I think. He's going to tell kids that hey, I know what it takes to win in the NBA. I can get you ready. And he's got the UNC dollars behind him. So this could be a complete home run hire for them. And it scares me as a Kentucky fan because, man, we just don't make good decisions like this. Any thoughts on this as well?
You know how I said the Johnny Cow take was a perfect union and a perfect marriage? This may end up being one. And
Yep.
how the landscape is different in college basketball, this may be the new wave.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Big up.
agree. If you go retread NBA guys, head coaches, you might be on to something here. Like now it makes sense in terms of bringing these guys in. Now, I mean, you got a salary cap now. It's the same, but now they get to be coach and GM. So yeah, it makes some sense. So yeah, hate
mean,
this.
Rumors about him must have been true then. That he's an asshole and the players hate him and he talks crazy to players.
Well, what you could do in college.
You could do in college.
Sounds like.
As I'm saying, what you could do in college. Oh, that he's not the technician. He's not the tactician. Like that was the guy that they promoted on his staff, Adelman's son, the younger one now. So he was like the tactician in terms of like the offensive coordinator that had them humming on O, and he was like like the CEO head coach that was like wild disrespectful to players, and they wanted him out of there, and they got him up out of there and promoted his second in command. So, like you said, it could work in college, but I don't know. Now guys could transfer after a year. But like they could be like, yo, I don't like the way you're talking to me. I'm out. It's not like how it used to be where they were pretty much stuck because they would have to sit out a year and then who knows what happens after that. So we'll see. He should be able to recruit because he got that NBA brand behind him. It could be like the Bill Belichick thing.
Damn.
It could be like that.
Yeah. I just
Because
think
like
too, though.
the same thing, nobody in the
That was
NFL wanted
fantastic.
Bill. He couldn't get no jobs in the NFL, so he had to go to college. He took the USC job. Looks like the same thing with this guy. Nobody wants him in the NBA. Took the USC job.
I think he could have got another NBA job. When you have the NBA champion on your resume, I mean, look at Doc Rivers. Doc is terrible. He's like, the cat's out the bag, Doc. I'm going to just tell it. More Chicago business. He is a terrible coach. He's terrible.
I agree.
And just because he's got that one chip, he gets
I
recirculated.
agree, but he knows how to politic though, which
Sure,
is
okay. To your
what
point.
keep.
Y
Yeah, that's
that's
what
fair as
keeps it.
well.
That's what kept him in. That's Bill doesn't know how to politic or doesn't care to, and
Sure.
this guy might be in that same boat where
Absolutely.
you cannot be good anymore and still keep getting jobs like Doc. Because I mean, if you got an opportunity to coach an NBA team or go to college, you would coach the NBA team. Like, you already are an experienced NBA head coach. Why would you go deal with people's parents and recruiting if you don't have to?
in school.
Well, his daughter goes there, and that was one of the reasons that they felt like well, first of all, he was about the 3rd or 4th apparently option here. So maybe you're onto something. They contacted a lot of so what's going on is the Blue Bloods are trying to poach. In the past, you were able to do that, poach lower level schools guys because you could just do that. Now with NIL and a lot of money getting and a lot less pressure at these other places, you can't get Michigan's coach, you can't get Arizona's coach, you can't get wherever's coach. So they got to go different route. Kentucky, we got to go different routes. So this was now you got to shake the dice, hope it works, and see what goes on after this. I think Mike Malone is smart enough to get this done. I hope you're right because I just don't want the competition.
Yeah, my money would be on a Bill Belichick. Not maybe as epic a flame out as Bill Belichick, but a flame out.
We'll see. All right. It's Laker time.
Oh,
Damn.
man. Damn, son.
Since the last time we talked, it has just gone to shit.
Damn.
badly. Like,
Shit was all cool just a week ago. My man going to Europe for some treatment that ain't improved in the US probably. I don't know what treatment he going. I don't know. I'm not in the medical field. I don't know what kind of new science they got for repairing hamstring tears that Europe has that we don't. I feel him. He's trying to get back as soon as possible. It's like a grade 2 tear, so that's like a 4 to 8 week injury that maybe he's trying to shave to 3. Oh man, he was playing out of his mind. Before the injury, he was playing like one of the best 2 players in basketball. We were hot rolling just at the right time. Right before the playoffs start. We cooking. Then Luka gets hurt, and then Reeves gets hurt, and now it's over. What the odds go? What the odds go for like 500 to 1?
What's Reeves's
I think it's a tear in his pec somewhere or something like that.
He's out. Yeah, it's wrap.
he's
So he's
done.
out. He's out. He's out.
is
for the
it his
season.
neck? I thought it was his oblique.
Yeah, oblique. Yeah.
Oblique.
Okay, yeah, it was.
That's correct.
But they whose doctors was it? Was it the Bulls? It was. It might have been the Bulls.
Dallas's. They
It was
scanned the
Dallas.
wrong. They
That's what it
scanned the
was.
wrong part.
They scanned the wrong like part of the body. They got it wrong. How do you do that in the NBA? That's crazy to me. On top of with Luka, apparently that hamstring has been bothering him for a while. Really. Now it wasn't torn or nothing like that, but it was a lingering issue. That's what we'll call it. And supposedly JJ knew about it. And on top of that, if you go back and look at the film while he is in the second quarter or so, I believe it's like he's grabbing at it. He's rubbing it. And I think he might have had some tape on it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to go in on anybody's back, but it sounds like and it looks like they knew that this was a issue. Maybe they were trying to do a last push towards the end of the season to really get them, to have that 3rd place kind of like set in stone, which I think it might have been. I'll have to go back and look, but I don't know. I'm not trying to put no blame on anybody. I'm not saying that, but I think this was an injury that was kind of like people knew about, and also Austin Reeves. He was grabbing at his oblique in the
All that.
second and third quarter.
He did.
He
Yeah.
was. He
Both
was
of
grabbing
these
at it.
both of these happened in that blowout.
Yes.
Both of them happened early.
He
early in
hurt
the
his
second
injury.
quarter.
Luka went down in the 3rd quarter, and they were down by 32 points.
Damn.
Now, I get it, trying to make a push to try to come back, but you're down 32 against OKC. Just wrap it up and just take the L.
Especially if people are injured and you know about it. It's just
And
like,
you
hey,
know
let's just go
about it.
ahead and
Yeah, it's like,
Yes.
why?
rest
It's like,
up.
why risk it?
I get why he's playing, why he might have had, a little bit of dealing with something going on. I mean, everybody's dealing with something
That's
at this
fair.
stage of the year.
That's fair. That's true.
He's probably was trying to get because of that new 65 game restriction.
I heard
Like
about
if you
that.
if
Yeah.
you don't play 65 games and you're not eligible for the awards, and then those awards also have a thing to do with how much you can escalate on your contracts. Like if you make all NBA first team or whatever, then you can get those supermax contracts. So there's a little bit of economics there, and then like you said, the three seed is at play. He wants to be eligible for the awards.
MVP.
I mean, I
That's true.
get why he started the game, but down 30, just wrap it up. Like LeBron, Reeves, Bronny, you about to close this thing out. Bronny, the
Yikes.
rookie. Yeah, he's terrible.
That was crazy. It was like turnover after turnover after turnover.
Oh my God, is he bad? Like
He had like 3 turnovers back to back. Finally, JJ said, "That's enough. Give it to Luke Kennard. Give it to Luke." They did.
Luke Kennard handled it. That's when you know you bad.
He brought the ball up 3 times in a row and had a turnover, and they said, "Give it to Luke," and Luke took it.
Give it to our spot up shooter. Triple.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with LeBron, if he's going to come back on the cheat deal or not. But I would like to give that roster spot to a guy that's actually good at basketball.
Yeah.
Can I say something? This era of the Lakers went down with Luka and Reeves. It's over. JJ's gone. This front
Not
office is gone. This is going to open the door to wholesale changes. You're going to get swept in the first round by whoever is in there with you guys.
for sure.
And I believe it's going to lead to an entirely new situation in LA going forward. That's my take here.
God, I hope you're right. My take on it is the complete opposite.
What?
It's like they're going to come in and say, listen, like we were hot. Yeah, we were hot right before the injuries.
I just want to say that. Yeah.
Like we had just won 11 out of 12 or whatever it was. We've been blowing everybody out. Yeah, it was a bad game against the best team in the league, but we were on pace to exceed expectations and make a run. Now everybody got hurt. There's nothing I could do now with just LeBron and whatever's left. So it gives them an out to me. Whereas if they were all healthy and they came into the first round and underperformed, then you could say, "Oh, y'all got to go."
I would agree with that. I don't see JJ going anywhere after year 2.
I don't see that.
I don't see that happening. Emmett's exactly right. You have your MVP type of player, having an MVP year, playing 37 plus minutes a game. Maybe you could argue that he was the highest usage player in the league. And then they did some number where they compared like the 5th highest usage rate player compared to his, and the numbers were crazy. Like it was a big difference from like 1 and 5. But yes, the front office, that's possible. That could see some change. I can see where you're coming from there, Sean. But JJ Stan, I mean, they had a great run. Like Emmett said, they exceeded expectations. They were on track to give the Spurs, more than likely, who they're going to play, a great run for their money. I don't know what happens there with a healthy Austin, Luka, and Bron. Bron was hungry.
I know.
I don't know either. That one could have went either way.
I know.
Bron just had a crazy triple double. Like he looked like obviously he was not 2018 Bron, but his triple double made you be like, damn, do they have a shot? Do they have a shot against a young team? Yes, more athletic, and yes, you got Wemby. All that's true, but they got experience. The Lakers had a lot of experience over them, so I don't know.
If they wasn't wearing the Lakers uniform, we wouldn't be questioning all this. We know that they're going to sputter out in the playoffs. They don't like who are we kidding here? Like the only reason is the Lakers is it's a hot franchise and it's a huge fan base and people love talking about it, which is cool. We knew they didn't have enough to win the championship, even if they were on fire on all cylinders. Sorry, when it comes to the playoffs, the game deduces to a half-court game, and everyone has to play defense and buckle up. We already know it's the same thing we've been saying the whole time.
Who had them winning a championship though?
Yeah, nobody.
No one talked about. Nobody I've seen on TV or on this podcast talked about them winning the championship. I said they had a small chance to go against the Spurs.
What are we talking
That was
about?
it. I didn't have
Yeah.
them winning the championship. I
We
don't
were
think
just talking
anybody
about LeBron going having a nasty triple double.
he
What
did
means
have a
to the
nasty
end are we
triple
talking
double.
Yeah.
That's
about
a
this?
fact, though. But that's a fact. He did have a nasty triple double
Yeah, it's
the
fine.
other night. I'm not saying that they were going to beat the Spurs, but did they have a shooter shot? Can you get to the seventh game? Anything's possible. I don't. We will never know that. We
I
will
know
never
you.
know
I know
that.
you hate our squad and,
Yeah,
and
I'm not even
everything.
We
hate.
will.
It's
Who
like,
can
We will
Lakers?
you
never
have
know.
someone who doesn't play
It's
defense.
realistic.
It's 4-on-5.
No, he's not as bad defensively as like that's a an overblown narrative. He's not
Me
nearly as
too.
bad.
I ain't been playing
Wemby,
defense because his hamstrings
Wemby,
hurt.
Wemby would be the best player in that series, and then the
I
Lakers
don't know
have
about
the
that.
next. Then the Lakers have the next two, and it's really not close.
I
LeBron is
don't know. I don't know about that one in there either.
Wemby's probably the better player on the offense and on the defensive end. I would have to give that mark to the way he's been playing. Now we haven't seen Wemby in the playoffs, so we don't know how that would have happened. But even if Luka was the best player, you're talking about Wemby being the second and LeBron being a clear third, and it's not close. That's why I gave them a shot. You have two of the best three players in the series. And you could argue that Austin is the fourth best.
You could make that argument.
You can make that argument.
No. All right, y'all are
That's
wow.
the
All
reason
right,
why I said
first of
what
all,
we're talking about here. You hear this?
Talking about
we've gotten off
Castle
the rails.
are we saying that Castle is better than Austin?
I would rather have
We don't got to keep debating it because they're out of the playoffs now.
it's a
That's
wrap.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
out of the
no, that's
And I
playoffs.
said one more thing about Luka going to Europe. I was gonna say I think he went to Europe because of his whole family situation.
I agree with you.
That could be true.
I agree with you.
And
Could
Depends
be.
on where he went in Europe. My assumption is he went to Western Europe and not Eastern Europe.
yeah,
but
but
I could be
Europe
wrong.
is that size to where like even if you're a country away, it's like being a state away instead of being across seas.
Two things I want to say. One, I'm repeating myself in terms of the ownership changes and how that's going to affect how they do business going forward. I'm just reiterating that the ownership has changed. That means all that was in place. They had one more year. They had bad luck. It's over. So it'll be wholesale changes. LeBron, JJ, you have one piece that you're going to keep, and that's Luka Doncic. My second thing is Austin Reeves' injury history is now getting pretty long. He can't stay on the court for long periods of time anymore. We'll see how it goes in the future, but that hurts his trade value as well if you're going to try to trade him and get pieces back. But, that's just something you got to take a look at in the future. So,
Yeah, the
All
injuries are
right.
a concern.
very concerning. He's never on the court.
I wouldn't say that. That would be an exaggeration, but he does get hurt a bit.
Sure. One got to go. The Jalens. A good one, I think. All these guys are pretty good in the league, like legitimate.
Is this
Have at it.
for like one season right now or like
This is just,
This is-
I mean, they all hooping right now.
no? I mean, like it would change if we're talking about. My answer would be different if it means who do I need? Like I need this season or who am I need over the next 3 to 4 years? The answers would be different.
One has to go how they're right now.
Right now, how they're playing. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Well, I'm saying to this point of their career, all these guys are playing at really high levels and have been over the past 2 to 3 years. So one got to go however you want to do it. But I think this is very difficult because all these guys are like, the capability to be top 10 guys in the league.
I'm going Jalen Johnson.
Gotta
Fair.
go.
Yeah,
Y'all may not like it. Jalen Williams got to go.
Damn, I was afraid you were gonna say that.
Hey.
he's nice though, man.
Well,
He is
no,
nice.
he's nice. He's been hurt all season, but he is nice. So I'm not going off for just this season. I'm not going off that. You got Jalen Brunson here, where you could argue he's top 5 point guard in the league as of right now.
Well, he's higher than that to me, but
Okay, that's
I
fair.
feel
I
you.
was just saying he could be. I mean, you could argue he's top 5. You got Brown, who was in the MVP race, so he can't go nowhere. And then you got Jalen Johnson, who's going out and he's getting like triple double left and right. He can pass, he can rebound, he can score. from everywhere on the court. Jalen Williams, in my opinion, he has to go. Not a fan of it because I know what he can do. I know what he's done in the past. He's coming off of a championship. I get it, but Jalen Williams got to go.
So you guys gone Jalen Johnson for sure.
If I were trying to build my team, he would be the first pick for where he's going. But if I needed to win right now, he would have to go, and the other three would have to stay. That's why I said it's a different answer depending on the question.
That's fair.
This is tough. Jaylen Brown he can't be touched in this one, in my opinion.
He's good, yeah.
And to me, J-Dub is safe too. He NBA champ, just can't he ain't hooped this year, so
he was the second best player on that team. Yeah,
but man,
the whole roster cold at OKC.
That's true, but when it comes down to it, even in that Denver series last year, if he didn't have that game in game 4 or 5, they don't get out of that alive. So he's clearly the second best player on a championship team that's going to go back to back. That's what it looks like. So to me, it comes down to Jalen Brunson and Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, that was my pick too. Yeah,
I love Jalen Johnson. I think he is the truth. Jalen Brunson.
You're going with the point guard that you said is above top 5 in the league.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because I think so. The two wings are top 5 too, and then
top 5 wings. Yeah.
At the 4, he might be the best 4 in top 5, top 3, 4 in the league. So I think all these guys are top 3, 4, 5 in their respective
at the position group.
Yeah, at their position. That's fair.
Jalen Brunson, he's got to go, especially if they don't win this year. So okay, the freak of the week, telling the NBA to investigate these.
This nigga Tattler.
Damn.
Just imagine how he said it, because he has an accent too. Imagine how he said it. I bet that was hilarious.
No, he's a funny dude.
So the NBA is investigating the Milwaukee Bucks for handling their player participation policy. Apparently, Greek want to play. The Bucks have set him down and said, no, the medical team says you're not ready to play, basically trying to tank to get a better draft pick, which I understand.
What they should be doing.
Yes. And Greek got in front of the goddamn media and said, yo, investigate these for
crazy.
I'm ready to go. And that is the beginning. It's been the beginning of the end, but this you can't do that.
Yeah. You put the nail in the
coffin. He's gone. He's gone this summer.
Yeah.
He ain't going. He ain't making it in the training camp.
Which is going to be interesting, because where is he going to go?
We're definitely going to be talking about that.
Yes, I want to wait on that. I want to talk about kind of this first.
Yeah.
No,
situation.
No. Yeah, this situation.
Chicago,
blowing the whistle on your own employer is crazy. That's why I want to stay there for a second. Wow, what a tactic. Have y'all ever heard anything like this? Seen anything like this?
There might have been some cases.
No.
Yeah, not in the league.
It just shows how much he wants to go.
I was going to say that maybe somewhere out in the world where you're telling on your boss and the next day you're going to get fired. But
there's been some whistleblowers over the years. Yeah. Oh, he's. I told y'all to trade. Well, then it's weird though, because then he came out and he was like, "I don't want to go nowhere."
It's weird. I don't know what's going on in that situation, man.
I don't want to go nowhere, but I'm telling on y'all to the league, which would indicate that I want to leave. But then I'll get up in public and say I don't want to leave.
I think it's kind of like one of those things where you want to say and do the right thing, you say it to the public, this is where I want to be. But deep down, he's not winning. There's no chance for a championship. So what can I do to make them get rid of me? Here you go.
Part of the athlete's playbook too, though. 95% of the athletes that are about to be traded, they never say I want to leave. They always say they want to stay. I see myself being a insert team here for life. They say this every time. It's part of the playbook.
They don't want the pressure that comes along with saying, like what happened with Melo. He demanded to go to the Knicks and he never won nothing. I think they kind of ducking that where it's like, well, I didn't want to, this is just what happened. I didn't demand to leave. I would have stayed. I was happy.
The thing
So
is,
it's
he's
kind of like
already won
diminishes
though,
the
so
pressure.
it's just like, yeah, that monkey's off his back.
That is true.
That is
Him
that's
not
a good
playing
point.
is best for both sides. It preserved the asset because now they're gonna be able to trade him, and he's not gonna be hurt, and he's had a couple months, however long off. But then from their perspective, now they get a top 10, 11 pick and kind of can restart this. This is just something he's able to leverage to get them out of it, get him traded. So yeah, that works. Fun stuff. Where's he gonna be? Let's go around the horn real fast. Where's he gonna lace up next? Let's start with,
Lakers.
oh my God,
We always land
Josh.
stars.
Damn, trying to think who has pieces, like a lot of pieces. I'm leaning towards the Knicks. I know that was kind of rumored, I think, earlier last year or early beginning of this year or something like that. I can't remember. They have the assets. So that's kind of the only reason why I think that's possible. I think he wants to go there. He likes to play on the big stage under the lights. So I could see that happening. There might be a couple of other places, but I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
When are the expansion teams like going to start playing?
That's not happening.
That's not soon.
I was just curious. Like they may incentivize the Bucks. Like I don't know. That's where my mind was going. But
I think that they're not coming into the league to 2029 though.
It was 8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to build stadiums on it. Yeah, we're ways from that.
I can see a dark horse place like Dallas getting green.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I think either Bray or Emmett is right. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go. The longer it goes,
I think so. Yeah, the longer it drags out, we got a better shot. I
but
agree with
Y'all
that.
have no first
the
round draft picks until like 2030.
No, we got 3 this summer. We got 3 tradable first. So you can have all of them.
Easy.
Yeah, you take all of them.
You could
you
have
talking
5.
about re-energizing the league.
You got Luka and Greek on the same squad.
That's scary.
Must see.
Ron playing for the minimum of that happened. He's
Man,
Him and
And
Bro.
tagging along for one more.
for one more, and if you get him,
Remo.
he's not gonna be 45 playing for
Nigga.
the Lakers. Stop
Yeah,
it.
now here you go.
I'm gonna be on
Stop
Social
it.
Security playing in the NBA.
He's gonna have
Use
a little one.
his triple ARP discount.
No.
How old was Tom?
It's
46,
don't
7.
compare the 2 sports. That's completely different.
The only reason I'm saying it is because Bron is he's sick like that in the mind where he wants to outlast other GOATs, all other GOATs. I am the ultimate GOAT.
His mind can want it. Can the body hold up?
Sustain it. I agree. It's knock on wood, doing it right now.
Yeah, but everybody knows, like, as you start to get older, those years are, like, doubled and tripled, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Only reason the Knicks, I think, have a shot, I think he wants to go there
I do
and
too.
help them get to where they wanna go.
Because it's been so, yeah.
Because it's been so long, he would be good there forever. The trade with him and Cat it's just clean. It's just a clean swap.
Pretty simple.
The trades work. So, that's why I would say that.
And if he goes to the Knicks, he's the guy. You go to the Lakers, you're playing Robin, or you could say Batman
It's 1A,
one
That's
1B.
1A. That's
1A,
Kobe
1B.
Shaq 1A,
Yeah.
1B.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah, it'll be
defensive
somewhere.
anchor, the supplement for what Luka.
For sure. They would play great together, I think.
Those Batman Robin talks. He's definitely number one. He goes to the Knicks. I don't care who on the team.
Sure.
Yeah. That's not even a discussion.
It's not a question. If he goes to the Lakers, sorry. I think
It's Kobe Shaq.
I think he would be okay being 1B in the right situation.
His
think so.
personality, I would 100% agree with you. The way he plays the game, the way he talks to the media, his personality, it shows that he's okay with that. I would agree.
He's pro Europe and Luka's European, so
Plus the experience of playing with Dame too. Like Luka and Dame aren't, well, they're more like offensively like driven players. Dame is not as good as Luka, but I mean, y'all know why I'm getting at.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I know what you mean. The defensive liability scorer, ball handling guard. Yeah.
Giannis and Luka.
Gary.
Look out.
Yeah,
Look out below.
Probably the best, not probably, the best duo in the league.
Yeah, not probably.
Unless it's him and Ant. Then it's, to me, that's a tad bit better.
What is?
You crazy.
What is?
To me, Freak and Ant.
Back up and please repeat the whole message.
You wild, bro.
Freak and Ant are a better, to me, mix. And here's why. Because I think Ant could give you most of what Luka could give you offensively, but he gonna D up on the other side. He's hungry, and he stays on the court. And, it's just better long term, in my opinion. And who would you rather play with if you were Freak? I kind of
Luka
would rather with Ant. Sorry.
Luka gonna dime me up. And Ant's not.
Luka, I think Luka would make Greek better by the way that he plays the game, the way that he's able to open the court, the way that he's able to dime.
By making him work more defensively? What are we talking about? What the f are we talking about, guys?
Maybe on the defensive end, but I mean, let's be real.
That shit is overblown. That shit is like he's
Freak,
not
is it?
as bad defensively as you guys are making him out to be. He's
All right,
not.
cool.
Greek's offensive game isn't at the level of some of these like top 10 players in the league. Because I mean, he's basically elbow and then in. That's about it. And even that's kind of iffy if you're talking about the elbow. So offensively, yeah, maybe I gotta work a little bit harder on the defensive end, but Luka's coming in and any given night that I'm having a off night on the offensive end, Luka can go give me 50. Ant can't really go give me 50. It's tough.
Not that explosive of a
It's
scorer.
tough for Ant to drop 50. It's tough. I like
He's
Ant.
not.
It's just tough for him to do 50.
Let's move on. Let's do the one gotta go. One gotta go. All-time
That's a
pass
good one.
rushers: Mike Strahan, Julius Peppers, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. At the peak of their powers,
Jeez.
these guys were unstoppable edge rushers. I think do all of them have a title? I know Strahan does. Did you have
one?
Ware got one in Denver, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both. Yeah, Ware and Villa and Vaughn were on the same team in Denver when they
I don't
won.
think Peppers got one.
I think Jew did get one, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't it Carolina? Strahan got one. Miller and Ware got one for sure. I think Peppers never got one. But for me, an edge, that's not like a measuring stick to me for an edge.
Yeah, he never got one. Got close. He got close with us. That 2010 team, but didn't get it. One gotta go. Who is it?
Damn.
Well, okay. Who's safe?
To me, Michael Strahan's safe. Just
I think so,
because
too.
It's tough. This might be the
It
best
is
one
tough.
yet.
It's the best one. Yeah, like it's really tough to cut one of these guys.
To me, Wheaton Molly's safe. Von Miller, his nickname for
Wheaton
Wheaton
Molly.
Molly. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he got I think he got caught with that in his system at one time and got suspended.
He's on the block to me.
Yeah.
He's on the block to me,
Really?
though.
Like, yeah, that's his
Yeah.
nickname is Wheaton. Julius Peppers, even though he never got a ring, he's just an athletic freak. Like, he's the most
they call him a
athletic
super
out of
freak?
all these guys.
Julius Peppers, man, at the peak of his powers.
He was incredible at Carolina.
A game. He was incredible.
I'm gonna go with my first initial thought when I saw this, and I'm gonna just stick with it. I have Ware. Gotta go.
To me, I'm with you. Strahan is the clear-cut safe guy here.
I think Julius is safe too, just because
He's
gold
safe to me, too.
jacket. I think all these guys are gold jacket, but
I think so.
they're both
They
in
are.
there already.
They all had Hall of Fame careers. I agree.
So
Julius
then it
is
comes.
safe. It's between Ware and Miller to me.
Me too.
And the only reason why I went with
Heavyweights,
Miller
tough.
was because I saw him make a closeout in the Super Bowl.
Sure. And the other guy was on
He
the
made
other
the
side.
closeout play.
He was on the other side. Because
Do you
prime
remember?
DeMarcus
Hold
Ware
on.
was.
Yeah,
prime
he
DeMarcus
was a
Ware was.
sick.
It was nasty.
That's why I'm like, it's tough. Miller is more bendy and got that speed rush and that. But DeMarcus had speed and power. I don't know, man. I'm gonna cut DeMarcus, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong for that, but I'm gonna cut DeMarcus too.
I am gonna say it's down to Ware and Miller as well. And only reason I'm taking Vaughn and cutting DeMarcus is because Vaughn was like my favorite player for like a couple years. I love that. He's the dopest. So DeMarcus got to go. Bray?
Yeah, I think it's kind of unanimous. Wasn't easy, like you said. Probably one of the best ones yet. But I agree with all three of y'all. Where got to go.
Damn. Shout out to DeMarcus. Shout out to all these.
Fast, strong, beast on the field.
Long
Yes.
arms, power, run.
Yeah, they had it all.
All of
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah. Pretty good. All gold jacket guys. Vaughn will be in there when he's done.
Yeah.
All right. So scuttlebutt around the league is that Dexter Lawrence and the Giants cannot come to a agreement on a contract, and he could return a late first, which the Bears have, or a second round, which the Bears have 2 of. Thoughts, prayers?
I wonder how much he's asking for. He's probably at least asking for $100 million.
He wants
Is
a
he
new
worth-
deal. That's
how many
why he wants
years?
out.
Is he worth that?
Yeah. At this, how old is he? Like 30, 31? What is he?
I'm looking right now. He's 28.
Oh, he's only 28.
Yeah.
So he's right in the middle of his prime.
He's got about 4 more years in that interior playing really, really well.
You know, some D linemen can play for a while.
For sure. He is the type of guy
Like,
that
he
can
might be
change
35, 36, still nice.
still hooping. He's the type of guy that can change your defensive locker room, like that side of the ball.
Just run.
So that's why I think that a lot of teams, if that's the case, if this is real, a lot of teams are calling these guys.
I'll trade my first
sure.
round pick for him.
Where y'all picking though?
14.
Hmm.
I'll give 14 in a heartbeat.
I would give 25 right now and not think twice.
25, I understand.
I don't know who's there at 14 and can make this type of impact.
I agree with you, Keith. I would get rid of 14 for someone that's going to change that side of the ball and the locker
Run
room.
fit just looks oh my God.
Yeah, he nice.
320 or 342, probably a little bigger than that. He's probably a little bigger than that.
And he got some wiggle too. Yeah, he can move.
He's probably about 360. I would say he a big, graded out elite with PFF for the last, not this past year, but those 3 years before. He was kind of either graded out as the top. He was graded out in the top 3 of defensive interior guys. So I think he still has some of that. I think last year was just one of those anomaly years that
They suck.
they sucked, and he just didn't probably give as much effort. But I think he's the type of guy, especially on that second team, that can really take a team to that next level. And I hope the Bears are calling and talking to these guys.
In
So
reality, I don't.
all you guys would give up a first for him.
Yeah, I don't see us doing
Hell
that
yeah.
because we still got Maravika on the books.
And
Mhm.
and not only that, when Sean was up his age, I mean, being 28 and being 30, 31, that's
That's a big difference.
That's a big difference. I mean, talking about like 3 years there of him coming and being able to ball.
Yeah, the fact that his birthday is in November, so he'll be 29 this season. He's been in the league. This will be his 8th year. So he's been in the league since he was 21. So I think
That's a lot of
that's
ball.
what they're thinking.
It's a lot of football, man.
A lot of football. They're not sure when he's going to fall off that cliff and don't want to pay him. So it's a bit of a risk,
Yeah.
especially with a guy that big. He big as hell.
Yeah.
I see it from both angles.
And it's kind of unfair to do that because it's like you're hesitating to pay because the fear of somebody falling off the cliff. But what if that cliff don't come
For sure.
the year that you expect it to come?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He also plays a position that you just don't fall off a cliff unless you get injured.
Yeah. I
Right.
agree.
Right.
Interior defensive
You
line.
don't move.
They usually can
you
play
have
for
a
a while.
5-yard radius that you control.
Have to worry about.
So my hang up would be redoing his deal. Don't want to allocate a lot of guaranteed upfront money to a guy that's going to be 30 soon
Gonna be 32. It's a lot of money to allocate at that position too.
as well. And then you got to give up a premium pick as well.
Yeah. Gonna be a tough deal to get done. Somebody's gonna make that deal. Somebody's
Especially
gonna
the
do it.
second round. Like I understand the first round, people may not want
I would do a second.
to.
I would do a second.
Like if you can't get a second for him, there's something else going on.
Yeah,
Especially in a weak D line class.
yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna have some suitors. Sometimes he's requested the trade. Doesn't mean it'll materialize. Sometimes it just does not, and maybe they just end up paying him. But they've got an embarrassment of riches at the pass rushing spot, edge mostly, not interior. But because your edges are so good, you can kind of supplement and find interior guys that you just have them do one thing and that stop the run. We'll figure out. First of all, you can take one of those deep interior guys off and throw another edge rusher on there and rush 3 edges
On third down.
yeah, on third down. You can do a
On your
lot when you
nickel,
have a lot of guys. Yeah. So that's why there's a lot of reasons they don't want to pay him, and I think that's one of them. And so
Then that may be the John Harbaugh effect. John Harbaugh may be, hey, we can go get we can draft the guy.
yeah,
I think he probably gets moved.
I think so too. Requesting the trade. The boy want to get paid. I mean, he's played a lot of football, wants some money for his family, and he probably deserves it. So he definitely deserves it. So yeah. So hopefully that happens, and we'll see who it is. Now we go over to a quote from Levante Davis on playing the Eagles. Jalen Hurts was never a guy we worried about. And that comes after news that Jalen Hurts won't get a contract extension from the Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll toss it to our resident Jalen Hurts hater in the knuckles. Over to you.
I'm not a Jalen Hurts hater. I don't have anything against Jalen Hurts. He's just not very good at playing the quarterback position, which, Levante David seems to also agree with that stance. The word is they told him until you start playing better, we're not even going to entertain extension talks.
Damn.
You can't, I think they said you can't be one of the worst passers in the league with this amount of talent and then us pay you an extension, which makes sense. You can't be one of the in the bottom third of the league in any quarterback metric that you can think of and then expect to get more money. So I would be on the Eagles with this. I would be trying to get out of this deal and drafting a guy, but no, the Eagles they probably will. They did it. I mean, he was the guy that they drafted after Wentz, and they got Wentz up out of there. Went to him. I think they'll do the same thing here. Draft this replacement soon. This draft is not great for quarterbacks, so maybe it's next season. But I mean, he's a guy that can go a whole half and not complete a pass. So I completely understand them wanting more from their quarterback position.
I agree. I think he had a year. I think he's better than he showed. I think a lot of that last year, their hangups was the Super Bowl hangover. They won it. It happens. A lot of football being played. He's 1 year removed from winning a Super Bowl. And you got to keep that in mind when addressing him as your franchise guy. And you got to be careful here, I think, because it's difficult to play that position. And you got a guy that took you to the promised land. I don't care what the roster looked like. He took you there and won it. He's gotten you there twice. He's won one. He's a coin flip in the. So you got to be careful here. But I agree. He's got to play better. Keith, Bray.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of doubling down on mainstream narratives. And the mainstream, ESPN, all these YouTubers have made it their job to on this guy. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I like Jalen Hurts coming out the draft. I don't think he's that bad of a passer that people were giving him flack for. I don't think the Eagles think that he was that bad of a passer, or they wouldn't have paid him. That being said, before I transition, their locker room was a mess last year. You don't know exactly what was going on as far as how they were feuding. I don't know what the offensive coordinator may had something vendetta against people, like calling the plays just because of agendas that he may have had. I don't think he is as people. Dang, I said that 3 times in a row. As people try to
Ass.
yeah.
Nigga think he Big Sean.
I don't think he's a scrub. You also got pieces around you, bro. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of pieces.
Make it happen.
So something that just popped in my mind, they have not really entertained a AJ Brown trade. When shit like that, it seems like they got to pick. They're gonna have to pick one. When shit like that happens, and they've come out and said stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Hurts gets traded, and not like maybe like right before, a couple months before the season.
You can't have
I
this
could see
smear
him getting shipped.
campaign though, and then try to trade him. Someone's gonna
Yeah, you
pile up.
can. Yes, you can. You 1,000% can, and here's why.
Do you not care about the return?
Because well, you kind of care about the return, but you know you're not going to get the return of a starting level quarterback probably back. You might get some draft picks that you can turn into a starting level guy. And Jalen Hurts is, no matter what we say, he's a guy who's made the Super Bowl twice and he's won one. So that gives you some cachet around the league to where a team could say, "Hey, let's try to see if he could come in and help us win football games." Whether that's like the Browns, whether that's like the Dolphins, if it doesn't work out with my mans. You know, there's a lot of
Jets.
teams I
Zona,
think
maybe?
who?
The Jets.
Zona?
Zona, the Jets. Like there's a lot of teams that could be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's see what's up.
But,
So
but like, yeah, it's interesting to see because even like the players were coming out and saying the reason that their offensive system is not that their coordinator wanted to be so simple and basic. It's because that's what Jalen Hurts wants.
right.
He wants to play that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's coming from like players that's on the squad with him. They're talking to other players in the media. You know, it's getting out that way.
Which means another thing that they don't really fuck with him.
I was going to say that if your own teammates are talking about you, that's not a good sign because, like he
It's a
said,
terrible sign.
whatever was going on in the locker room, I get it. He's won the Super Bowl, and granted, we could probably all agree with this. The one that he made it to, that he didn't win the Super Bowl. If he won that, probably not even having this conversation
We're
because
not.
you got 2 rings on you. Even though you may not be that type of quarterback that people love, you got 2 rings on you. We're not even having the conversation. But it's time for change. I think a lot of people are starting to see that. I'm not a big fan of them, but we'll see what happens.
He might have got too big for his britches after they won it.
That's fair.
Yeah, it seems like he's he's less willing to run, which is what made him efficient in the first place. When you listen to other players talk about him, like they always like this is how you know somebody's not that good. When they always go like, well, he won a Super Bowl, like whenever that's the talking point.
That's the indicator.
It's like, okay, you know he's not that good. Because it's like, well, he did win a Super Bowl, but
Not
he's
hard.
not really good at anything else. So
not.
so that's like that's just the indicator to be when that's like when it was Tebow, it wasn't that he won a Super Bowl, it was that he keeps winning games. It's like, well, what does he do well? So he's kind of in that same boat to me.
From a quarterback that's not getting paid to one who gets paid all the time.
Boy,
Hmm.
to be a
Unbelievable.
mediocre white man in America. It's
Unreal.
And it is. I think sometimes people are playing like with like all the politics and stuff. He has that quarterback look, and sometimes that matters. Not saying that it should, but
You know how to play the game.
I play and been in the league for a while.
He
Yeah.
also betted on himself a few times in Minnesota too, though. Like he took those franchise tags to the chin and bet on himself and got paid for it as a result. And I think that helped his total. I also want to say that people can now no longer give us flack, us being the Ravens organization or fans flack, because the Oakland or Las Vegas pulled a fast one on Atlanta and kind of ripped them off. Kirk Cousins wanted a certain amount of money that because they had to re-inherit the Max Crosby contract, couldn't give him. So I think like because he got cut, there was a certain amount of money that if the other team didn't pay him, Atlanta was on the responsible for that. So they paid him right up to the cusp of that, and Atlanta is responsible for the rest.
So the Ravens are absolved from doing some bad business because they signed Kirk Cousins. Okay,
Because they also did some bad business as well.
sure.
How do they do bad business? They
I
traded the
don't
guy.
know. Listen, I whatever makes sense.
So if Las Vegas didn't
You ain't
do
gotta
bad business,
explain it again.
we're going to explain it again. If Las Vegas didn't do bad business, we also didn't do bad business because
How they do bad?
we play by the
That's the
rules.
part I'm not following.
What was that?
How did they do bad business? They called and negotiated with several teams. You guys gave them the best offer, and they accepted the best offer that was on the
We
table.
did a
And then you
physical, he
guys
ain't passed the
reneged.
physical.
But you knew he wasn't going to pass the physical because you knew he had surgery before you made the deal. Like everybody knew he wasn't going to be
I
able to
didn't know
pass.
he was going to pass the physical or not personally.
He said
All
first.
right, man. All right.
He said first. I didn't know. Keith McCarthy didn't know.
Yo,
So I'm not following where the Raiders did bad business. I don't want this
I'm not
contract.
following
This
where we
deal,
did bad business. We play we colored through the lines.
well, okay. Wait, one more thing about this one though. Basically, they've signed him to play like the first 4 games while they get the kid ready, right?
It's essentially a 1-year deal. Yeah.
And then he's gonna be the backup. Basically, how I think it's gonna go in Pittsburgh or whatever they decide at the quarterback position. It's a wrap.
It's a 1-year
But
deal, but they
He's a bridge. He's a bridge. Yeah.
yeah, it's a 1-year deal, kind of. Yeah, that's what I
What's
read.
guaranteed on it is this year is fully guaranteed, but then you're not, unless they're just a terrible organization and they're going to draft the kid and sit him for multiple years while they pay Kirk Cousins, which I don't know, maybe they are, but I would assume no.
Yeah. So shout out to Kirk. Keep getting them checks.
I wouldn't even start him for the first 4 games. I would just throw Fernando in there. You drafting him number 1 overall?
I would too, but I kind of get it. Give him a little bit of a more runway before you throw him out. I would just throw him out there, but I get it.
Let him learn the playbook. I mean, he's gonna start eventually. I mean, he's trying to take care of their asset as much as possible.
Is this an indictment on him though?
I don't think he's as good as you guys think he is. We'll see.
If they're thinking that, they shouldn't draft him number 1 overall.
They probably think that they can. Kubiak probably saying, "Hey, he's got the bones to
I
be
can work
good.
with him. Yeah.
I can work with him. Give me Kirk to get everything together, get my system in place, get him some time, and then we'll throw him in there." So
I agree. If that's your plan, then you shouldn't take him number 1. I agree with Keith. Like, what are we doing here?
y'all said he the real though.
I do think he's nice.
I said he's the best out of this class.
This is pretty
One
good.
gotta go.
Ooh.
We got 2010, late 2000s, 2010 quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, Tony Romo, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers. One has to go. Yeah, tough one. Tough one. To me, I would say Matty Ice and Phillip Rivers both safe.
They're safe.
So it comes down to Kirk Cobain and Tony Romo.
I'm not even gonna be a hater since I don't like the Cowboys or their fan base. Like I could just sit here and like sit on the narrative and push agendas and go with Tony Romo. I'm not gonna do that. I'm choosing Kirk Cousins. Gotta go.
Kirk got to go.
I'll go
Mm.
ahead and I will second that. Matt and Rivers, they're safe. It is between the two on the left. I think Tony Romo overall from the quarterback position a little bit better. So Kirk got to go.
I kind of agree, but Kirk,
Kirk was decent. Yeah.
They're all great.
what was it? Go ahead, Em. I'm looking up a stat real quick.
It's definitely between Kirk and Romo. The other two are good. Tony Romo was definitely more talented, more mobile, but he f***ed up a lot.
He did. He did though. He's not lying.
And Kirk is, more, rice, meat and potatoes. He's not moving nowhere. He's just gonna play from the pocket. He doesn't have the talent of Tony Romo, but he didn't fuck up like Tony Romo did. So for that reason, Tony got to go. Too many mistakes.
I'm trying to look at who had a better, like the better collection of seasons, and it looks like Tony won over 10 games 3 times. 2014, that's the Dez caught it year. When I thought that they were gonna win that.
Yeah, they had the squad.
The one where he fumbled the snap in 29 and 20.
Yeah, the infamous snap. Yeah,
Man, he did have
extra point. That one.
I forgot about all those.
He had a lot, though,
Dang.
but he was nice
Yeah. Kirk only won over 10 games twice. I think Tony had better teams, though.
for sure.
It kinda comes down to who I think is the better quarterback, and I think I would rather have Tony just because of his ability to stretch the field. So, for that reason, Kirk, gotta go. Alright, I think we're getting to the end of this, gentlemen. Oh, I had one more gotta go, but, Stephon Gilmore retired, Defensive Player of the Year, one of the better corners in his era. When did he win? Yeah, 2019 Defensive Player of the Year. That's incredible to do as a corner.
It's a corner. It is.
Pretty incredible. Super Bowl champ, 5-time Pro Bowl, 2 times All-Pro. Played for how many teams? Patriots, Bills, Panthers, Colts, Cowboys, and Vikings. God damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of squad.
A year younger than us, born in 1990. So
Wow.
I'll throw that in there. Yeah. But shout out to Stephon Gilmore. Hell of a career. Hell of a corner. Had a pretty good run. Yeah. And then one gotta go. 2010 corners, Stephon, Marcus Peters had a hell of a run. Akeem
Nice.
Talib and Jalen
To me,
Ramsey.
this is kind of easy, to be honest.
Really?
It's tough to me. Yeah.
I'm going with Peters, even though he played for the squad, but he gambled too much for me. And those
Yeah.
gambles used to pay off at times, but like towards the end, yeah, his play style led to like a lot of touchdowns. So that's what like the turnovers too. But
I would say he was the one that took the ball away the most out of
Most.
this crew.
Yeah, he was the biggest playmaker.
Yeah.
Ramsey probably number 2.
Yeah. But them other guys are better pure corners, I would say. More lockdown. Josh?
I'm still marinating. You can take it away, Josh. He's tough.
I was leaning towards Talib, but Peters kind of, or when Keith mentioned, like everybody remembers all the takeaways. Like that's what kind of like stands out in your mind. But then, like kind of what Keith said, I think he kind of like he persuaded me about how much risk he would take, and then he wouldn't make it. So it's like you gave me a lot, but you took a lot away. So I'll go with Keith's pick. I'll go with Peters as well, but it's close. But man,
Honestly,
he would.
Yeah, he was a playmaker.
When he needed the ball, he would get it. He would get it. He would.
He's tough.
And the
So,
Super Bowl
like-
champ, I believe. He won it with the Rams, I believe he was on that team.
Yeah, Marcus Peters was really good. The best coverage guys are probably Gilmore and Talib. Best takeaway guys are Peters and Ramsey. I
He had-
think Ramsey gives you the balance between coverage and takeaway that make him safe.
For sure.
plus he's gonna be able to play safety too, so he's gonna be able to play a little.
Who's been-
One year, Marcus Peters had 3 pick sixes.
Jesus.
Like I said, he was a playmaker. So to me, it comes down between Peters and Talib. I'm like, Bray. I'm debating between those two.
His rookie season, he had 8 picks, 2 pick sixes.
Jesus Christ. It's a lot of picks.
When you take risk like that, like kind of what,
I want to see how many touchdowns he gave up, though. Like, yeah.
yeah, that's where you got to go. Like what Keith was saying is like, okay, you did great for me on this end, but on this end, it's like, dude, what are you doing?
I'm going to stick with my instincts of valuing guys that take the ball away more. So I'm going to cut Talib.
Wow. Shout out to Marcus Peters. Oakland through and through. Like, he just,
Him and
Wow.
Marshawn Lynch are cousins. No,
You could tell.
Just like gotta choose one.
I'm sure they fan reunions is
Stupid.
wild. So shout out to them. Man, I think I'm going to cut Stephon Gilmore. Here's why. I think the rest of these guys, I think Stephon had a really high peak, but in terms of like a cover corner, I think I'd rather have the other three. I think I would rather have the other three. I think that in terms of just when I think about them playing man to man, I think the other three did it for a longer time.
Better,
So better and longer, and I just
longer,
think that
yeah.
they are just better at the position. So
More
yeah,
talented for sure, all three.
yeah, for sure.
say that when he won Defensive Player of the Year, though.
It's tough, but you got Bill Belichick, that helps a lot. But so all right, I think that's it. That was one thing I wanted to comment on. I think.
What are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
No,
What are
I'm
we
going
doing?
back up to the list.
Nah.
God
Okay.
damn. God damn. But Cooper Flag probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. It looks like the MVP straw poll. Shay's going back to back. Shout out to him. NCAA championship game I'm about to watch. Like I said, I think Michigan's gonna win going away. So congratulations to them. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. Pretty good episode, and we'll be back next week. Hopefully. Peace.